tea, scooter, me. I think that's what we need. Good morning. It's early morning. Anyway, today, what you want to know, and I hope to give you an honest answer, is what do I really think of this, the Horizon Mayan? What do I really think? Hopefully I can give you an answer, so hang about through it. Make yourself a cup of tea. I've got company. That's Louis, my pussycat. He wants feeding. Right, I've had this Horizon Mayan on test, and I need to cover 2 points. The design principle behind the Horizon Mayan and the price. The story behind this, there's a lot of disabled people who need mobility scooters, and I'm one of them. But it goes beyond that, because a lot of people just need a mobility scooter who live in urban city areas, who go down the shops or go down the supermarket and may go around the park. But there's a lot of people like me who have access to rural areas. Excuse me, I'm trying to make a video. Yes, will you behave yourself? It's my tea. Get off. Sit and be good. Okay, go on, steal the show. A lot of country folks, and if you need a mobility scooter for your disability to get around, and you live on farmland or near farmland, yes, it's true, or you have an estate, or you need to get into land to do odd jobs and things, then younger people could use a quad bike, and farmers do rely on quad bikes. But if you're a little bit disabled, more than I am, for instance, I know, then a scooter that will cope with trails and off-road conditions, not just once or twice, but regularly, you need a scooter that's built for the job. I have a strong desire to get out over my beloved Cannock Chase. I also get up to the Peak District, and I put my scooter on a trailer and go all over the place, really. I like to get right out into the wilds, and that means going over rough terrain, rough tracks. The analogy, I need to do an analogy. It's my tea. The analogy I would give, come on then. Are you coming? This is Catus Interruptus. The analogy I would give would be, there are a lot of people who love off-road motoring, and they have off-road vehicles. They go to meetings to take their off-road vehicles over quite severe courses, and they can drive to the meeting on a road or a motorway, and they can do 60, 70 miles an hour. They're capable of doing that sort of speed. But when they're off-road, speed is not the issue. Power becomes the main consideration, the main factor. And to go off-road on an off-road mobility scooter, your off-road mobility scooter needs to have power. A lot of scooters, they just won't cut it. They're not powerful enough. This scooter is made specifically for off-road. The quality of the build is exceptional. The quality of the design is very high. The seat is really extremely good. I want to keep the seat. If I've got to send the scooter back today, which I have, I'd quite like to accidentally lose the seat and say, I'm ever sorry it fell off, but I think they might notice. But I would love the seat for my scooter. But this is built to take the punishment of off-road, and it has a rather powerful motor. I've only just learnt that it has a diff lock, which I didn't realise when I was testing it. I do apologise. But this has got a really powerful AC motor, and it is built to handle off-road tracks, muddy tracks, rough tracks, time and time and time again. There's so many scooters that say they're off-road, and they will go off-road a few times. Eventually, they will literally fall apart. This is designed for off-road use, and that makes this scooter one of only a few that are genuinely off-road capable. Now, I'm not going to name names, but you'll know there's a very famous four-wheel drive scooter that is probably supreme at going off-road. There is a very famous three-wheel and four-wheel scooter, comes from the same manufacturer, also specifically designed for considerable off-road use. After them, there's an odd one that's possible with a lot of maintenance. And then there are loads of others where you could use them off-road, but they wouldn't last 5 minutes. Are we happy now? Okay. And but this scooter is one of the few that is genuinely built to take considerable punishment. And if you had the version of this that has lithium-ion batteries, and you had the off-road power option activated, this scooter will give you off-road capability with the off-road power that you need. A byproduct of the power is an increased speed, and that's where things get a little bit controversial. But I'm really sorry. If you're going to start leaping around saying the regulations, well, people often don't use the word regulations, they use the word law, which is wrong. The regulations say 4 and 8 and all this sort of stuff. Well, up yours, because I, like many people like me, have a strong desire. My heart takes me to the wild, and I need a scooter that will get me there, get me around there, and get me back again and again. And these scooters are designed, and thank God that there's companies like Horizon that actually cater to this, make a scooter that is capable of that. I'm sorry, but nobody is ever going to take that away from me. Understand? Right, so this scooter, is it comparable with my scooter? No, this scooter has lead acid batteries. The lead acid batteries are massively too heavy, and the power density is just not enough. So lead acid batteries, I don't like them. They don't work on this scooter. The scooter will go off-road, but you won't get anywhere near the range you would if it had lithium-ion batteries. With lithium-ion batteries and the activated off-road power capability said this scooter is comparable with my scooter, Woody. Many people have asked many times where they could get a scooter like Woody. They're just not made. I don't make Woodies, I made Woody for me. But if you want the performance that's like my scooter, then you have to look to the scooter I mentioned previously with the 4 motors and the 4-wheel drive, or you have to look to this wonderful Horizon Mayan. Price, I don't know. I'll have to leave the price inquiries up to you. The real question that you're asking, and let's be frank about this, what you're asking is, can I afford one of these? This is a very well designed, very well built, very well, it's a very high quality off-road mobility scooter. It is not going to be cheap. You don't look at a Mercedes G-Wagon or a Bentley SUV and think, oh, the high quality construction is wonderful, the vehicles are terrific, but I can't afford one. You know, that's just the way it is. You have to look at something that's within your price range. I understand that. Can I afford this? No. I'm not very well off. I'm a 75-year-old pensioner. I live on a pension and the benefits, and that's it. Finding the money for one of these would be an issue. And I wanted one when I first saw them because of the design concept, the principles involved in the construction of this scooter. I wanted that. I looked at the very famous 4-wheel drive 4 version and the very famous 3-wheel, 4-wheel specific off-road scooters, and I wanted what they offered and this offered, and I didn't want to compromise, and I couldn't afford any of the high-end scooters that this belongs to. So I made my own, and that's how I got the qualities that this has for myself by literally making my own scooter, inspired by this particular scooter. Wanted one, couldn't afford one, still can't afford one, but inspired. This scooter inspired me. I went on and I now have Woody. Woody has a very big lithium-ion battery. The power comes from 3 motors. This with a big lithium battery, and the power is already there, and that option to unlock the power for off-road makes this comparable with Woody. Price, I don't know, as I said. You have to... there's an old saying, if you have to ask the price, you can't afford it. And there's another saying, you get what you pay for. All these things are true. But there's a lot of people who can afford scooters of this quality. And if you can, you will not be sorry. If you get one, you will be very happy. I am so sad to see this go today. I've left making this final video right up till the end. I'm going to have to say goodbye to it. Would they change anything? I'd like to see it with an aluminium chassis. That would be wonderful. I'd like to see the configured for dual battery, where one battery powers the scooter, runs out, and you switch over to a second battery, and range anxiety disappears. Using this scooter, I have experienced range anxiety. Will it get me home? I've been pushing it, and I didn't want to break down and stop. It would be embarrassing. So for the first time, I've had range anxiety because it's only got one battery. If it had an aluminium chassis, dual battery, that would be wonderful. If there was a set of LED lights in the back of the seat, just where this shape is in the top of the seat, and a switch so you can switch them on for road use, road running lights. That would be a really big thing. A carry rack on the back, maybe one that would fold out, I don't know. But you need to carry waterproof jacket, waterproof trousers, puncture repair kit, your walking stick, and loads of other nicks and knacks which off-road mobility scooters need to carry, and a rack on the back to put them in a bag and then bungee them onto the back. That would be fantastic. The basket on the front, it came off and I crushed it. Yeah. So I owe Horizon a basket because I squashed it. I hit a root, the scooter bounced, the basket jumped off, fell down in front, and I ran over it. And I have to say sorry for that. I do. Look, you, we'll have fusses in a minute. Yes. Yeah, we will. So, yes, aluminium thing, big lithium-ion battery, warning lights in the back. I would like to see an option, Horizon. The wig-wag is fine. People get used to the wig-wag. Come on, then. And that's a good thing to have, I suppose. But I would like twist grip. There's a certain off-road mobility scooter that's made, that's very famous. It has a twist grip on both sides, and you can elect to use your left hand or right hand depending on how comfortable you are. I would like to see that option on this. The headlights are a bit the headlights are not very good. I'd like to see bigger, stronger headlights where you have a high beam and a dip. That's only a minor point, really. The styling is lovely, but bigger headlights would be nice. The rear view mirrors, how can I put this? I won't even bother to be delicate. They're a bit girly. The rear view mirrors are nice, you know, the shape, but for me, have a look at the heavy motorbike world. The big Harleys, the big Hondas, the big Yamahas. Have a look at their rear view mirrors, because that's the style of rear view mirror which would suit this scooter far better than them ones. The armrest, I'd like to see the armrests detachable without leaving any jaggedy bits. I don't like armrests. I don't like to use armrests because when I go off-road, I go off extreme off-road. This scooter will handle extreme off-road, but it means that you move around on the seat from side to side to shift your weight over when you suddenly hit something that takes you up side to side. And with armrests in the way, you can't do that. So I take armrests off. But that's my personal thing. Hey, do you like armrests? The electronics are in the back there. They are, I wouldn't say this is a simple scooter. It is a very tidy, clean design. It is sort of simple to look at, but it is so well made. And the electronics are different from any other scooter, and the AC motor is totally original and different from any other scooter. So I don't know about servicing. I think a lot of service people will look at Horizon Mayan and they will burst into tears and run away. So you would have to investigate how you would have it serviced on a regular basis. All mobility scooters really need to be cared for and serviced on a regular basis, at least once a year. So you need to look into that. So you'll need to look into the price, which particular version you could afford, and you need to arrange to have a test ride. I will warn you that if you're used to any other mobility scooter, and for me, that includes mine. The thing that got me was the seat. You will find that if you have a test ride, you will fall in love with one of these. Mobility scooters make up our lives for disabled people, especially like me who have a bit of adventure spirit, a yearning to get into the wild beyond. They make up your, and you want really the best because it's your life that you can afford. And if you can, you won't be sorry. The investment, if you look at it in terms of investment, the investment in this is sound. A cheap one. They say buy dear, buy once, buy cheap, buy 2 or 3 times. That's possibly true. But this will outlast loads of other scooters. As I say, in my mind, there's only 3 that are worth looking at for genuine, true off-road use. And Woody makes 4. But you can't buy Woody, but you can buy one of these. So that's it. Do I recommend them? Absolutely. Do I recommend giving it a try? If you possibly can, arrange to have a test run on a Mayan. Horizon makes some scooters that are different models, similar to, but the Mayan with lithium-ion and the activated off-road power option is the serious one. And if you want to have the serious one, sorry, it is expensive. So contact Horizon. Sales team are pretty helpful. If you say sorry, they're too dear, they understand. They haven't made a scooter to be cheap. They made the scooter to be good. And there we go. That's it, folks. So me and Louis, who's going off to sleep on my lap at the moment, we will see you, sadly, not on this, but I'll see you on the next one. I'm planning, I want to do that Llangollen to Bournemouth trail when the weather permits. I want to do the Manifold trail on the Peak District because I love the Peak District when the weather permits. There's a canal, a few canal runs that I would really like to have a bash at. And where else have I got going? I want to go to Lincoln. There's a really steep climb in Lincoln up to the castle. And climbing. This is really second to none. The climbing capability of this, pretty awesome. But so I will see you on some of those adventures. So stay well, look after yourselves, and make some inquiries. I'm going to miss it. Cheers.